Welcome back, everyone, to Loanology. It is Jonathan Wells back with another podcast. So, today I have some really exciting news to share with everybody. We're going to be talking about the One Plus program for first time homebuyers. So, for those of you guys who don't know, maybe this is your first time tuning in. This was given to you by a friend. My name is Jonathan Wells. I am a mortgage lender and I run the John Wells Group, which is powered by Leader One Financial. And my job is to help people get into homes using mortgages. So most people, don't have enough cash to put down and pay for a home outright. So my job is to help get them financing for the home, and then they make their payments, to that mortgage, for the whatever period of time they're going to end up living in that home, or until the loan's paid off. So, yeah. So that's what I do, right? So really what I do a lot of is work with first-time homebuyers. So there's obviously more than just first-time homebuyers in the market right now, but that seems to be a lot of the clientele that I deal with personally. Just I think due to honestly the market that we're in, right? There a lot of people that are moving up are paying cash, or whatever because they've already made a lot of money off of their home. So this is a product for first-time homebuyers specifically. And yeah, we're going to talk about it here. So it's called One Plus. It's tailored for first-time homebuyers. And here's what you need to understand about it, right? So it is a 1% down payment initiative, and this loan is actually brokered. So what I do is I gather up all the documentation and I actually submit it off to another mortgage company that actually funds that loan. Now, people might be thinking, well, why wouldn't we just go straight to that loan company and get it there, right? We have the same pricing, and also, you get to deal with somebody that is going to be able to actually walk you through it and explain everything, and that your realtor is going to trust as well, right? A lot of times in the market that we're in, if you're talking to somebody from a call center or someone that you're kind of just a number to that institution, it's a lot more difficult for you to get your offer accepted. It's also a lot more challenging for you, the consumer, to see what all the options are that are available to you, which is where I come in. I help educate my clients on what options they have, what's going to be in their best interest, and which one they should proceed with. So yeah. So key features: minimum credit score requirement is 620, right? So you have to have a credit score of at least 620, and your maximum loan to value is 97%. So what that means is you're actually putting down 3%, but the lender is giving you a gift of 2%, and you're only bringing 1%, right? So you're only bringing 1% for your down payment. You may still have closing costs on top of that, so you have to negotiate for seller credits and things of that nature. But again, it's a really good program for you to use. You can combine your loan to value up to 105% for a collective loan to value or cumulative loan to value. And that would be like if you're going to pair it with, a down payment assistance program or something like that, right? So with this, you can also technically get a grant. Just depends on where you purchase, right? So a lot of times people might think, oh, I can stack this with, the down payment grants that Indiana State offers or that Illinois offers, right? No, those are separate programs, and those are separate. Like you can't take out one of those loans and one of these loans. What you could do is in East Chicago, Indiana, there is a grant that is given to any first-time home buyer as long as they meet certain criteria, and they get a free $10,000, right? Now that also has a recapture period and everything else, but that like it's a true grant, right? It's not like a program that's repayable or anything like that. So since it's a true grant, you could pair something like that up with this program here and actually bring nothing out of pocket. Um, Also, what you need to know is that it is primary residence only. So you obviously have to live in the property. And then also your qualifying income needs to be below 80% of the area median income. So how do you find out what that is? You can Google AMI and you can type in Freddie Mac or Fannie Mae, and it'll pull up a calculator for you to put in your zip code. So for Chicago, I think it's like 87,250 or something like that is the 80% of the median income. So if you're making less than $87,000 in Chicago, you can use this program in that area. And it's gonna then the area median income is gonna change based off of location. Obviously, more rural areas are gonna have lower AMIs. More densely populated areas are gonna have higher AMIs. So now here's the benefit. So it's got a lower initial down payment, which obviously reduces the barrier of entry for home ownership. So if you're looking to purchase, your first home, a lot of times clients come to me and they don't, they think they need to have 20 grand or more saved. When in reality, they can easily purchase a home with, less than $10,000, sometimes even less than $5,000, just depending on their home price, what program they take out, and what benefits are available to them. And so this is one of those programs, right? If you're a first-time home buyer and you're interested in getting into the market, and you've got, let's just say roughly $5,000 saved, this is a great opportunity for you to reach out and see what your options are, see if you're eligible, and see if it's a good fit for you to qualify and to go start building equity, in your new place. Obviously, you can also, possibly combine this with a down payment assistance grant for further financial assistance. And it also supports sustainable home energy by allowing buyers to retain savings for other expenses. So obviously, even if you have, let's say you've got $10,000 or more saved up, right? Well, if you use this program and let's say you only put down five and you've got 15 total, well, now, you could have, instead of having just $5,000 for maintenance costs and things like that, you now have 10, right? So it helps with clients that are able to retain their savings and be able to, afford to pay for, new furniture or, any out of pocket expenses you may have, with a new home. So that also obviously is, another great benefit. So, how to qualify for this? Very simply, what you would do is reach out to me. You can find me on Facebook, look up Jonathan Wells, and I should be verified, popped up on there, ready to rock and roll. Shoot me a DM, or you can even email me, John, JONWELLS, at leader, LEADER, the number one.com. Or you can send me a text, 219-689-3626, and I'd be happy to help you out. What we do is we have you fill out a client questionnaire that directs you through the process of understanding your, full financial picture a little bit better, right? So it takes you roughly 5 to 10 minutes to complete, and then we're actually rolling this out. We're having a meeting on it tomorrow. I don't know if we're rolling it out tomorrow, but very shortly, we're going to automatically default all of our pre-approvals to soft credit pulls, which is going to be, it's great because it actually gives us the credit score, like two of the three credit scores. So we know worst case what your credit score is going to be. And we also, it rolls out with, we still get the information on what you actually owe and everything else on there too. So it's everything that a full credit report has, except for the actual hard inquiry. And then we can give out pricing, and in some cases we can actually run underwriting as well on those. So that's going to be really, really dope. But yeah, so we're going to take that client questionnaire. We're going to take a soft look at your credit report. You'll schedule a time for us to have a chat. There's actually a link in there as well that goes to my calendar, so we can pick a time that's convenient for you, and we can meet and go through and discuss the options that you have. And then from there, as long as you qualified and you submitted your financials and everything else, you're good to go start looking at homes, right? So it's very important to me that my clients that are looking for an answer get the answer that they need and then get out and start being able to apply the information that they just learned, right? So from inquiry to approval letter, I want that to be around 48 hours, right? So when you ask me, hey, can I qualify for a home? To we've already sat down, we've talked, you know exactly what your financials look like, and you're good to go. You have all your questions answered. That should be 48 hours, right? So, yeah, obviously, that could change if you don't send in your financials, but if you're interested, we'll get it done, right? So let's see. Yeah. Last thing, or not last thing here, but another thing is it's also important to maintain good credit health for this program. A lot of times I've seen clients that, even though it goes down to a 620, you may not be qualified right at 620, right? I think this program works best for clients that are right around that 715 or above range on their credit scores. So if you're a first-time homebuyer, the best way to do this is just make sure you're on time with all your payments, have at least one credit card, and keep the balance low on that credit card. As long as you're doing those things, you should be fine and have a good credit score. Now, here are a couple of clients. I'm going to give you guys some personal stories with a few clients that have helped out with this program. So one of them, her name is Laura. She bought a condo in the city, and we used this program for her. She ended up bringing, like, I think $4,000 to the closing table. It was not a lot of money at all, right? So her agent was able to negotiate some seller credits to cover most of her closing costs. She brought her 1% plus, I think, like 2 grand, for closing costs that she had to pay, right? Another client of mine that did this, was also in Illinois as well. She ended up getting a single family home and closed on it in November. And it was very, very easy for both of these clients to get into this program. And it allowed them to, again, secure home ownership, in a time that, realistically without this program, neither of them would have attained home ownership, in my opinion, right? They would have gotten discouraged, probably would have fallen off saving for this year. And then you know how that goes. If they're saving for this year, it turns into next year and then the year after that, etc. Right. So again, a lot of these programs are great because it breaks down the barriers of home ownership that a lot of people, have starting out, right? So, yeah, in conclusion, it's an amazing product. I've used it personally with, at least 2 different clients in the last 12 months. It's super easy to understand if you qualify for it or not. And if you don't, there's other programs that are out there that you will qualify for. So if you're listening to this and you have any questions, again, my contact information, please send me an email, John, JONWELLS, at leader, LEADER, the number one.com. Or you can shoot me a text, 219-689-3626. I appreciate you guys tuning in here. Please let me know if you have any questions. I'm always down to answer them. And also, please share this with 3 people that you know that, could benefit from, the information that we're sharing here today. So I appreciate it. Let me know again, and I'll talk to you soon. Cheers.